Good morning everyone. In the last class we discussed about sign bars, sign centers and sign tables. Now we will discuss about the taper measurement using these slip gauges. So taper measurement. So the angle of a right tapered piece. So here this is the component of right tapered piece. So among them one of the angle is at 90 degrees. If the component is right tapered angle, we are going to know the procedure how to measure the taper angle of this component. It means the angle theta of this component. So angle of a right tapered piece can be measured by using two rollers of different sizes. So for this we require two rollers of different sizes, next slip gauges and a dial indicator. So if we observe that here, so the two rollers are placed. So two rollers are placed and on the above the rollers the component is placed. So here, so we are selecting a two rollers of known diameter and the number of slip gauges. So next, the two rollers whose diameter are known and the slip gauges are placed on a surface plate. So first we need to take a surface plate. On the top of the surface plate we need to place two rollers. The diameters of the two rollers should be known. Then only we can use those rollers. So on the top of the rollers we need to place the component. Next, the rollers may be clamped. So the rollers may be clamped in position against an angle plate with C clamps. So depends. So to maintain the rollers at a constant position, so to arrest these rollers we need to use C clamps for arresting these rollers. Next, the work is then placed on the top of the two rollers. So on the top of the two rollers we place the workpiece and the workpiece is clamped. So if the angle of the pieces is at right angle is all right, then the top edge will be parallel to the top surface plate. So here the rollers can be adjusted such that the top surface, so this is the top surface of our workpiece. This top surface should be parallel to our surface plate. So we need to adjust this roller until the top surface is parallel to the surface plate. So to identify whether the surface is parallel to this or not, we are using dial indicators. By means of dial indicator, if we move the dial indicator along the surface, along the top surface, the dial indicator should show zero deflection throughout the length. If it is showing zero deflection, then the upper surface of the component is parallel to our surface plate. So, and the dial indicator shows no variation when moved along its surface. So until the dial indicator shows zero deflection, we need to adjust the rollers such that the dial indicator shows zero. So this is the schematic of this. So this is our workpiece. So on the bottom we use two rollers. In between these two rollers some amount of slip gauges are placed. So to identify the distance between two gauges, we placed slip gauges. So this is the schematic. So the top one is the right angled workpiece. So this is the right angle and here also it's a right angle. The angle of this component is 90 degrees. Okay. So now we need to identify the taper angle. This is the angle theta. We need to identify the angle theta. For this purpose, we consider two rollers. That is roller 1 and roller 2. These two rollers are having a known diameter. It means the smaller one having a diameter of D1 and this one is having a diameter of D2. So D1 equal to smaller diameter whereas D2 is the bigger diameter. So now in between these two diameters, in between these two rollers we place slip gauges. So we know the length of the slip gauges. So as we know that each slip gauge consists of the thickness of the number, the thickness of its value. the value is marked on one of its face. So if we add up all the numbers, then we can get the length of the slip gauges. That is considered as L. So D1 equal to roller 1 diameter, whereas D2 equal to roller 2 diameter, where L equal to length of slip gauges. So the center of the D1 I am considering this as O1, and the center of the second roller is O2. So now I am drawing a line parallel to the surface. So now I draw a line and I am placing this line from the center of O1. Now it is parallel to our surface. So similarly, we are drawing one more line. So now this line is along the bottom surface of our component. Now we are placing this line. Now this is line parallel to our slope. It means our angle. Now one more line. This is parallel to our. So now this is the angle theta. Now this is the angle theta. So theta is to be identified. So we have drawn. So now we are drawing one more line. So now the line is having a diameter of D2. So now we are marking this. We are labeling this as O1, O2. This. Now I am labeling this as A and this as B. So now I am drawing one more line that intersecting the angle. So from here to here. Now this line is intersecting our angle. Therefore, our angle is theta by 2. Now the angle is theta by 2. So here A, O to B. So now we will take triangle. From triangle O1, O2 and B. From this triangle, tan theta by 2 equal to tan formula. Tan theta equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side that equal to O2 to B by O1 and O2. Now we need to identify the lengths. So from here to here, the length is D2. From here to here, the length is D1. From here to here, the length is L1. That is length of the slip gauges. Okay, these are the various lengths. So now we want O2 to B. So we want the distance from here to here. For that purpose, so I am taking completely from here to here, I am taking the point as C. So I am writing here O2 to B, that equal to O2 to C minus BC. So O2 to C, that is the radius of our bigger roller. Our radius is D2 by 2 minus B to C. This is parallel to here. So we will mention here also L1. This one is a small e. So BC is equal to O1E. So O1E is our radius of our small diameter. Sorry, radius of our small roller. That is D1 by 2. Therefore, our O2 to B is equal to D2 by 2 minus D1 by 2. Next, we want the length of O1 to O2. So, here it is O1. So, now we want the length from here to here. That is O1 to O2. Here that is. So from here to here it is D2. Now we are taking only half of that. Therefore here D2 by 2 plus length of our slip gauges plus D1 by 2. This is our distance from O1 to O2. So now we are taking this as O2 to B. O2 to B, that equal to D2 by 2 minus D1 by 2 by D2 by 2 plus L plus D1 by 2. So that equal to D2 minus D1 by D2 plus 2L plus D1. So here denominator 2 and here denominator 2. After taking the LCM, we cancel both denominators. So therefore D2 by D1 by D2 plus 2L by D1. This is our formula. So finally, sin tan of theta by 2 plus tan theta by 2. This is our formula. So tan of theta by 2 equal to D2 minus D1 by D2 plus 2L plus D1. So here D2 is the diameter of the bigger roller, whereas D1 is the diameter of small roller, and L is the length of the slip gauges. So this is the formula. This is by means of this formula we can identify the angle of the component. So tan of theta by 2 equal to this one. Tan theta by 2 equal to tan inverse of this. So next, checking the angle using rollers, micrometers and slip gauges. So here, this is a taper plug. So we need to identify the angle of this plug. So for identifying here, we are using slip gauges and micrometers also. So here, by the taper plug is the taper, the distance between two rollers. So here we are using a single roller. In the sense, same diameter of two rollers. We are using two rollers having a same diameter, and we are using a certain length of slip gauges. So here first at one location, so at one cross section, the diameter or the distance between two rollers is identifying. So for that purpose we are placing n number of slip gauges. To maintain a height we are using slip gauges. And the length of the slip gauges can be known. So after joining or bringing the slip gauges, we can identify the length. So first position at this location, so at certain height, the distance between two rollers is identified as W, and these rollers are shifted to one more position. So this is the first location. After that, the rollers can be placed here. So those rollers are placed at a height by means of slip gauges. Again, by means of slip gauges, we place these rollers at certain height. So again, we need to identify the diameter. Again, we need to identify the length by means of a micrometer. So this is the micrometer. Same by means of this micrometer, we are identifying the distance and we are considering that as W2. So this one. So now the width from here to here, that is W1, and from here to here, that is W2. So first we have taken a value at a certain height H2. So from here to here we placed some slip gauges. See, from here, so up to the roller we placed slip gauges and we calculated the width. So from here to here, that is height H2, and from here to here the height is H1. Now we will see the measurement. So this is the taper plug our workpiece, and these are the various slip gauges. So first the height of the slip gauges is H1. So this one is also H1, and these are the various slip gauges with a height of H2. and this is a height of h2. So now, at one first location we identified the distance between these two from here to here, that is m1, the measurement 1. By means of micrometer we measured the width, the measurement between these two rollers, that is now the diameter is m1. So similarly, if at second location the distance between these two rollers is m2. Now we want to identify the angle from here to here, that is theta. So now what we are doing is, now we are drawing a line from the center of this diameter to the center of this diameter. So next we are drawing a line. We are drawing a line parallel to our axis and from the center. So I am considering this center as O1 and the center as O2. So now we are drawing one more line. Now we are drawing one more line from here to here. So and I am marking this as A. And I am marking this as A. Now the angle from here to here, now the angle is, this is theta by 2. So clearly see here. So what we did is, we draw a line from O2 to O1 and we shifted the axis and we drawn a line parallel to our axis from O1 and a line parallel to our surface 2 from O2. So now we formed a triangle O1, O2 and A. So and the angle is theta by 2. Now theta by 2, sin tan of theta by 2 equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So from here, tan of theta by 2. Now tan of theta by 2 equal to opposite side, that equal to O2 to A by A to O1. So the distance between A to O1 is our opposite side and the adjacent side is O2 to A. Now we need to identify the distance from O2 to A. As we know that the distance from here to here, that is M2. So from here to here it is M2 by 2. So if we extend this line and the marking is B and this one is C. So the distance from C to B, that equal to M2 by 2. So now C2 to B, that equal to M2 by 2. So now I want only distance from here to there. So therefore from here to here, that is having a diameter of D, that here it is only the radius. So that is D by 2. C to B is equal to M2 by 2 minus D2 by 2. Now here it is triangle of A, O1, O2. So now the distance from C to B, that equal to measurement M2 by 2. I want distance only from O2 to B. So O2 to B, that equal to CB minus CO2. From C to O2, that is the radius of our roller, that is D by 2. So that equal to M2 by 2 minus D by 2. So now the distance we got O2 to B. So I am drawing a line parallel to AB and I am marking this as D. So now O1 to D, I want the distance from O1 to D, but we have a length of M1 from the outer surface of the diameter or outer surface of the rollers to the outer surface of the roller. So I am considering this point as E. So now E to D that equal to M1 by 2. So I want the distance only from O1 to D. O1 to D that equal to E to D minus E to O1. So complete length. So from here to here, E1 to D minus, I am removing this part, that is the radius of our small diameter. So E1 that equal to M1 by 2 minus D by 2. So I want the distance from only O2 to A. So therefore O2 to A, that can be written as BO2 minus AB. So O2 to A, that is B, from B to O2 minus A to B. So, or otherwise I can write this as O2 to B minus AB. So therefore O2 to B, so this is our O2 to B, that equal to M2 by 2 minus D by 2 minus of, so again A to B, that is O1 to D. So A to B is equal to O1 to B, that equal to M1 by 2 minus D by 2. This is O to A. So next A to O1. So from here to here, A to O1, we know the heights of strip gauges, that is H2 and H1. So now we want to identify the distance from A to O1. So if we know the heights H1 and H2. So from here to O1. So I am considering this as F. First F to O1, that equal to H1 plus the radius of our roller, that is D2. So now again from here to A, I am considering this as F. So F to A, that equal to H2 plus D by 2. Now I want the distance from A2 to O2. So A to O2, that equal to A to F minus O1 to F, that equal to H2 plus D by 2 minus of H1 plus D by 2. Therefore, this is D by 2 cancel. Therefore, H2 minus H1. So, A2 to O1. This is 1. So, now, from here, minus D by 2 plus D by 2 cancel. So, therefore, M2 minus M1 by 2 by H2 minus H1. Therefore, our answer is M2 minus M1 by 2 of H2 minus H1. Finally, tan of theta by 2 equal to M2 minus M1 by 2 of H2 minus H1. So M2 minus M1 by 2 of H2 minus H1. Therefore, this is our tan formula. So For identifying a taper plug, this is the procedure to be followed. So here, for the taper plug, tan of theta by 2 equal to m2 minus m1 by 2 of h2 minus h1.